hand regularly. When possible, avoid going out if you have no reason or purpose.
We need your healing hands, oh Lord. We need your mighty presence. We need the Holy Spirit of Jehovah. We need your healing hands, oh Lord. We need your mighty presence. We need the Holy Spirit of Jehovah.
Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man. Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man. Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man. Set our spirit free and give us rest. Set our soul free and give us rest. Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man. Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man. Come to heal us, O Lord, from this coronavirus. Let it be the Holy Spirit and not man.
Let us observe social distancing and wash our hands with soap and running water, and always put on your nose mask. Sanitize your hand regularly. When possible, avoid going out if
Mamunyina ate, mamunyina akwaba foforo kra na no pay ediba eye Green TV, Green in the morning na pem dako odame. Matenase a me djumadi ede ebreho. Anope dem nsa wo hwe wa chire ni benche nyina. Se bibia akoye kama pa. Na no se Ghana fo so bebre na edi aweho. Mo mu achire ene benche nyina no se mu di aweho. Efa yen papa, ya de nyina da. Yen president, ex-president JJ Rawlings. Ni wu ayegusu a ye bobo ho a ye jam no nim se Ghana fo nyina bebre na etinisu abusuafo amwa anworo ene chen benche nyina eba mu nyina yakọ mo hyeden na nyangopon na de ma odwen aseso na ogye anapedi am just one ampem da akọ odame metremu as in charge e dey my Green in the morning na anope bibira wo bia mechiaw na me nkura sese ma anope me di ma won say a downfall of a man is not the end of his life. A downfall of a man is not the end of his life. And say, ebia wo ye adwuma bi. Adwuma na wo ye no. Nkan no na sikaba pa. Nya wo ye na ekoye. Kama ko yesa system ready. Adwuma na wo die no. Ekofom. Nti wa pa aba. Mesra wo. Enka ho. Koso na ye ni na the end of the day no. Se na wo sha ase no. Ba ko wie pa. Wo nu kunu tifie. Mintwi menteme ho ase aware ni egu kura ne sa me pa atanya nti no ukɔhye ho akonfo ana se ukɔya ne bia ensem fata ana se de ukɔfata bia foforo bi de aba wabrabo mu mesrew ebia ukawura wo ye taxi driver car owner se baje car na firi wonsam ti wakɔtena ase sebsem pedo sa wo da ye ensanom ana se wo da ye ne bia ensem fata mesrew adwuma bia wo ye so ye bank manager wo ye adwuma o bank ana se adwuma bia wo ye bia make say 2021 adwuma na free wonsa no e kire se ase watoba ha bi eni da so bia ni ho biem da bi mesra wo sora nopa ne Kenya wo ho na me gidi say ebekoyie e de ama fa ye mpaebo we ye sofo asodo de nyina kutia wo ba na nyinu ntino wa bemba bebu wo ade bia da bia wo de koba wo ka da bia wo de koba ka na se ntino we wa dwe se wo nkwa adwuma biem te se obefo trotro nti wo nkwa adwuma biem da bi sorry na kanya ho no nyame odom mo odo ba asase no so obeboa wo na wo nyina so wonsaka so a downfall of a man is not the end of his life what shasia and you we ya no and pe mi chia wo e kan ho se adwuma bia wo ko bia na fakomapa ade bia wo ye bia na fakomapa na ye ni na odomfo no ebedomo no be hraw and pe mamu nyina achi mamu nyina akwa aba e de ba e green in the morning so mi cheche mu nyina director Asante Wiafe doctor and pe wo hwem ya won antipat mi chia mo ene abusafo nyina the general manager Green TV Isaac Yeboa na pe bia asofo mi chia papa ene abusafo nyina mi twa me ho aba mi ba e de nkomatu aso so beto aso mi ba sisi a
sweet loving. Good morning. Oh, I need some of your sweet loving. Come wake me up. I've been dreaming of you. Come wake me up. Say you want me to. Help me forget my nightmares. I wanna make a real dream come true with you.
ana pe me sanso chia mo bia mama kwa ba ofa adusue eye nkomo nketenkete na so da bia me kira wo se COVID-19 cases no ade a agusua ekosoro papa nti the measures and also the protocols are you dey go say e was so digiso na wo hwe ni yi so na be ya onkokrom nkotitibi mfa mafie ni nti hye no so papa so wo kɔ no obeya amame ka wo tinamu nose mask a obehye nyina make sure say obehye na behye ni yi na face so why you should na so a nose mask no why you should na kofi a wash na on pay what so kama now they are born me pacho enya bag nose mask enya bag mask enya bag max ye toye no ye ngase fa she bag mi na uduru ba bia we ya bo hwen da bi wo free wo dem pia bonten na fa bo hwen me sura futu am de ma na no pe no and akọ ba bia nsa make sure say measures wo bia na obedi so social distance ye hwen ye ni so horonsa enkonam krom enko dichim na won show nose mask was you me we free nose mask was me we free koto be bra na bra so na ye ntokwa oh ye mpacha mo entiase ne entiase yi mo a mo twon aduane mo a mo driver for mo twika akoba ana pa mi hu driver ni bi na ode ne di asen ne kem oh yes fa show hwene na kwa kwakwa man so na passenger say kasa na no smart ensem bebre driver for mesra mo ana pa mu nhye mo no smart mam papa mesra mo we dia me na mesra mo wai na yade ne dos mo kurum timestra mo nshama me abusafo nyina mo wesa mo behye nkwara mo ko school so mo wie mfiri mo ho say mo do mo dem so be hye mo hwene na nkwara da ko school mo na mo nyama papa nkwara so mo nya so breche na mo du kwa so mo yese mo botum na se mo bogalisa nkwara mo ko school so mo nhyɛ mo no smart adwumayfo nyina mo pia bontene abusafo nyina mo nhyɛ mo no smart man papa ene nkoma ketengete na na pa me de ma na cases a and a pair of mensa, Elkasa Fidi Cassie, so a case is 6,794. 6,700. All right, yes, 60,000. 60,794. 60,000. Sorry, 60,794 cases are a woman says here. And a woman so swag, Yamiadum, or whom at all, Makufi. You are more coffee on what tono. 57,141. 57,141. One of what tono when you won't coffee. One so COVID-19 yi mu o ma fa mu ahwere o monkwa na so ma fa mu ewu no one so 367 one na make say omo afa mu ewu. The active cases are na pay abeka so wanam here 3286 nti adenti na unnim ra no so na obekokrum na obekofa ya de bi ofie dia abeka obusuafo ofie unnim ra no so okwa so there no smash okwa gathering bia so no smash okwa program bia so no smash even to office class so no smash because out office na office won kwa na to office ntino where you no smash no bra out wo nyina wo ye course na ka sa nyina now tinta sugu table no so ana so laptop no what tinta sugu so o table na si wo na wo obi betena se pe no bia order na second table no so pe what tinta den de kofi enti make sure say protocols no nyina no obedimu o to office a she bia obi a she o tu ka mu kura she bia obi a she no smash no ebe bo papa aha na weden koman ketenketen na no pay medi AC na anopa ye bedi nkomo doctor for bebe fia ne onmo di nkomo say hypertension di ade kra pressure obu amebon say onyare o enso wawu onyare o okoda kra wa sorry o we di onyare o no pe kra ne nam ha o wawu pressure ene be di hu nkomo timre no so a na Dr. Fatinasen mo di nkomo me ba sisi ya Mmachi biem ko anka te mo boso ana na pay me de bramo na ohwema te se bebre na omodi Yera Rollins honsam sam na yi honsam sam no bebre na ba na the Daily Graphic, the front page of the Daily Graphic, and Tuesday 26th of January 2021, the front page of the Daily Graphic says tears flow tears flow as Mohammed's bid farewell to Rollins. Yeah. Tears flow as mourners bid farewell to Rollins. And also what the front page of the graphic. But Otobia, no one can come up at the Amamia. Ghanaian time. Government will enforce stricter measures if upon Nkrumah and the Kasa Semwe ewo ahonomo ntitobi na kenkan papa fire destroy goods worth of over 2.7 million at Wa KJT market. And saying right Otobi na kenkan ya ebe bon papa daily guide this is say Flight Lieutenant J.J. Rollins and lies in state at AICC, and this is what the front page of the Daily Guide. Reject Mahama delay status. Nana Abdankwa Kufuor says so. Mahama begs court to amend his petition again. Toby, Nekenkan. The new crusading guide. Mahama files applications to amend his petition again. And that's what the front page of the new crusading guide. Some bebrina and one kwaka tell them to Toby Nakenkanya. The Chronicle. Anglo Chiefs snub JJ's funeral. I told me that's you. Wow. Say they will not be part of it. Some you free. Hey, and this is what the Chronicle, the front page of the Chronicle. And then some be now kuku na talk crata ibia. Oba kenkan na wahu nyoma e koso papa na ne nyina ni mu no. Na de eyenti arehwa ba nti mehwe me nua aduana yes eyenti awerɛho aba papa na mehwɛ me nua aduan aba wo fa aduan na abusua mu a wahyɛ ne face hair a wabɔ ne suit a wahyɛ black way inside a ɔte me nkyɛn a no ho ayɛ fa papa agya kɔ aba
Major so adom ni ahwe ye nti ya ho ɔden
amen
sa
ne wahyɛ green wɔ soro na wahyɛ tuntum wɔ inside ne nyinaa awerɛhodie me nua aba and I pay the one me mother from Boko. But the pressure also na better because
me super inside. So to me na green no chese e won kwante e won kwan ye de na green. Na ne ne hent ye mo ne na ne ye san so ye wi. De bia ye ka asem bi se so obi wu a ensuma no ba nsusun ho. Because wo no ko we hu ne dia na wo e. Hent e se sa de ne tisi an matai na ma hye no aseche no okode e. Enti na me de black na hye inside okọ na me de green eguso akaye. As it no.
Monfa krata mo nsam ne ma ahwefo anopɛ.
Yo. Whether say na ya chia abusiafo ye a wo hwe Green TV anopɛ na yama one mo akwa abade aba Green in the morning so the krata no ne abba adwaman so no na ye be bomu de ama ye one mo. Ne nyina ye nyina se o my Ghana ye ni eda koto mojamu na Bamu wo ya wadane ye konton krowe ya wadama nsanko mu yo de na pakan ebesi oman Ghana eso ama mampani ya wodi kan ewoye the 4th Republic ni mu Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings obefa no di ni frati atefo asase so ede na ekoye ni mu no na ye wana hyase de na tompam ama abusuafo ne adofo bi no ma hyase ya wo hwe na ni achi endrada na wonde de ne tompam a Daily Graphic double krata kunini no wade emo amanebo no ede aba mpenifo twetwe wuro na ebaye na obo mu amane na yekọ page 13 ewo Daily Graphic double krata emu a Ghana Health Service waba mane ewo mu na ne ewo ka ewo mu nyina ene se asesesi ano wone de wonani eba betutu fom akọ yam potem ne yamantama huduo mu ne nyina efa COVID-19 variant a won susu se aba no emu efrise nia one cases wanya nyina nia omanfo no edi free amanone ede ba oman Ghana mu ne mu se yam potem ne de won nyanhuni se tretre ede kwachire o chese wodi wani chiremu ewo UK and South Africa sidie communities ni mu anase potem mu no sidie nyadowa na anu asi ayedin ewo ho no ma tretre no Ghana ne de woni nyanhuni sa nanso no wono ede wonani ebeto fom pa amonetani ye na ne wo mu bia nso no wono ebeka ede akire omanfo ne mumu Dr. Patrick Kumabuaje wono ena epeni kwanchirefo a wada Ghana Health Service adwumakuo na no ena wo hye Ghana fo nyina chese COVID ne de eda so ho anopai woti ye sidie active cases no ahwiri ede akọ yenanim ye nyina yenkoso na yendidi emra na nhihye ahodo a empenifo ede agu ho ede amaye ne so ye ba ohuru yensa face shield ne bia ne se ye wo studio ha mpo no ya share face shield kama chese ye boy ho ba enti won so wo abonten ho no mo a na wa hye wo nose mask no kama na wa pe hand sanitizer bi dia hye wo bag ma na se wo botom ni alcohol based one near ensadin ewo mo se be ya but fa wansa ho a ebetumi aboa ho enti eno ne Dr. Patrick Kumabuaje ne nsem ya wade to dwam na me di twato ewo Daily Graphic double krata no emu me da se gina krata fa ye toso edo amiensen mu na enka ne mampani John Dramani Mahama otu Franka de ma ndi semonyuku ewo mfiempinu ene aduenu abato no emu na wo chese wakwakọ file application for frokra ya wo chese review se ni nkrata se mahodo ya wode akwakoto omanye ambiaya hodo a yedi asem Supreme Court no we dey Apex Court na ekoko file se application na wo chese opese wo ye ensakraye foforo ewo ne nsem ahodo emu na wonu so ehwe animu ese isi abatuo commission nso ebekọ Apex Court ne wakwakọ chirechire mu senti a court no emmomfangu ewo breko a John Dramani Mahama ne legal team no file ye se enka ewo se one mo ebisa abatuo commission ne ensemfua bako dumienu hu senti a eni hu kwan se court no etie sa ensem na naso bebo atu edi atu agu no wamfa eye anu ye emra ene se daily graphic de obokrata no ene anopai wode emu amanebo ede aba
yo ebusuafo ye ko the new crusading guide omampenda da John Dramani Mahama ne nsensem ye be deja e wo man Ghana ho ase ni nyina e ya abato ya yeko ekokoto ye e wo dizima bosu ne da ye toso enson e wo mfimpinu ni aduonumu no enumu na mentime ho ase bi etumi eba e omontem osusu se e kame asa abato no ono ana wosenka odi eye enkunim nenso omo antumi amfa ma no ho no de nsem yi ekodan court Supreme Court wo man Ghana ma se san kansem no mutumi enhwe na omundi ni yie emfa emma no e ho no musa na emum na me okodu wo no sesi ade aso kwa na court for abo e de ato achi nenso ndo hwe paragraph 28 a won sema hudo bi wo ho a e wo sa abato komisan etumi ko ekoyi ya anoma bibia nso etumi ekoyi edema na esanso no de abato ne de ebesi nei onji ntumu so edi nkuku anaso edi ntwo na mo susu se no krepa na chese entumi ankoyi amfa emma no ntoguso ade ne nsensem no akwakodan eye Supreme Court a ni nyina mu no nso no o hwe ne muso metumi edi asem no ede ama no nso hwe abato komisan ne niam ne nkrata hodo osesa ko ya kames mompenda da John Dramani Mahama ne nsem no entumi nsisi ne naso ho nso court eguso edi eye ensem nanim ho miguso ejina the new crusading guide page 3 Otobia na wetumi akankan ho no kama na ese bibia nso etumi akonkan me komandim dia LCB omane Ghana Health Service penifo akomo ho abom na domina ba betu dwane se essence ompenda da Jerry John Rawlings oda empemu no nhihya hodo yo maye nyina ebia nse coronavirus yi ababesra yen enti de oso mo yen se spray ahodo oso mutumi spray corners bia na se fefe na ometumi spray se na bia yare no ko bebre betumi akoho no omo enkonko titibie mema oman Ghana oye ne entumi emma mesi e wo hadum sent ni nyina mu no omo ahwe akomo ho abomu etumi spray bibia kama bibia so egu akwam na de ede wo mu supo ne se ansa na nkofo ebeba no na esa won sound ye be spray sanitizer be fa won sa ho ansa na wenya akwanya etumi akọ edan mu so de ukom nso a machines ahodo nso sisi wa enche bia na se onye remu a na ese na nkasa spray no ho na ese every minute don hwi bia no na chese etumi spray kama nte no so abewi echi na bi won ho crampo na onye duwo na ni nyina so ayera ama chese asumde mapa etumi aba eye oman Ghana ha se ko na ne de ho de ti hihya hodo de mpanifo nso ade egu akwan mu ho no sa mefi won so a medebani achie mu e Ghana Medical Association for akache omode ensma hodo bi aba betu dwa se yen mu aso eno mguso ka se sie de omu se ye ni de ye de na so ahweyie ena o se Ghana yetumi ehwe na bibia nso etumi ekonka no ndo osusu senka ban ni mpanifo nkembe ya nkofo dodo ye pese ekọ eye na sen komo ntete so se na be ya TV suite na green TV beje bre na yi di ache mo no wotu efie mu a na wetumi atena se na ne nso wetumi ahwe se na eye no esifa ekọ ewo efie mu na mom se enyina ye bekọ ho no mo akwakọ gye na be wie chiko na voice betre ni hie mu de omo se no de nkomo sra aban se enka onye bibi emfamfam anaso se abafutintan video suko Facebook YouTube a anka mpanifo nhwe na nka yie ni se na esifa ekọ so ye de na eto mpam nkofo twa ne ho hia no na ne nyina omo yi mfa nche Ghana fo sanse Ghana fo ye nyina ye de hye enti se ye nyina ye pese ekọ enye yie corona nti ye ntumi enko enti nkomo sra mpanifo ene aban se omonye bibi emfamfam no na ne the new crusading guide me de ejawo ewoso
Awisi ahaya de daily guide the obokrata no na epem so akọ yanim na ayemu a na da so ewo former president of the fourth republic first president of the fourth republic flight lieutenant General Rawlings na awrai ni di ne Abigail Mawuto page 3 of daily guide wa report ese awrai wose wanyam frinhia no aduonum mienu 52 years na ne papa ane yen mampani dada ne wadampamu a mpanifo eda so ehwe ye nani achi saa no woka ese wono ene eba pani ade ema ye JJ Rawlings na wachese wono ankasa mu no ebese mfie mpinu enimienu 2002 ena wono ebehunu yese ne papa ene John Rawlings na se de nka oman Ghana yi nyina enim se yen papa je de na nka owo mamiensa na nso no mami ekire se dabi wono na ne maame togoni ene se batene maame no afiri mu de but obon homodin bia se be ya ka papa e beji na tumu na oma yen hihye se be ya Ghana fo nso be hunu se ono nso eye eba de ma papa je na nso no ni nyina mu no ankwankosehwe wase ne maame no na ne din de Agbaji Sege aha wono sa nana ne maame ne edin de wakyese abusuafo eye Rollins wonim se wono no free eye Framantemo de busuafo ni bi eye aware of sa asem ya waba bonte ya oka ede akire eye Ghana fo nyina wakyese doctor bi ani din ne Dr. Agumenu ena Dr. Jokoto ena Dr. Zegede omu nyina no omu yawe omu ye omadwene bia senka papa yi ebetumi ahwe no agigi atumu no ma yen hihye bia nanso ne nyina mu no ankwankowie peyo ansana bamuwo ede na pakan ebefa owura yi ede ne free aya atiasefo asasi wesu enti obi wu achi na ensensem dodo na na free emuba awura yi ekire se de papa ene no se yampa o se nyampa emre ene nkrabia ena ebetumi akire ewo eye ho na yekọ eye page 6 of Daily Guide obokrata no emu a eye Indian High Commissioner adema eye Oman Ghana His Excellency Sugand eye Rajaram ononso ede eye abasobode entem ene trinkwansem ekọ ede ama former Minister of Education Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ya dodo na friend Senepo ochese owura yi ba ya na wosom ese Minister of Education so afa na hwe ye emwesua ho nsem so no owura ne bo adwuma pa na wono ankasa mu no ne ono ankasa ni mi personal experience no wahunu se owura ne wo bo adwuma ne mo sando trim kwansem ekọ de ma no sesesi no yebo ne din ese wonkɔhwɛ asoye ye hwɛ eye ahoadeni ho nsɛm so Ministry of Energy ne so sebeya Oman Ghana so ebetimi akɔ we ye krata tenti ono ankasa ede ne pen esi so etro ede command po ese wo bɔ adwuma na mampani so ahuna adwuma pa wo bɔ de mo Oman Ghana wono so asabo ne din se onko different ministry na onko bɔ adwuma de emfamwa eye Oman Ghana enti Daily Guide ne wonya bia nsɛm dodo na ne wo munye ne nyina ne betumi aboboso ne momo na wakenkan ne a dabokrata ahodo no ede aba
yo ye to aso de a ye de ni ekyeremu e Ghanaian Times honomo na ye to aso edi afrie na ejabani bi etumi ekotoye e wotema ene ne mpotemu eno nam so ema nipa enkono eti nananom e wonsiedo nipa eduonum mienu enso jese o meprepra na doctor fonso ehwe so betumi abo ankrofoi na omoho so etumi atom na momu no ye hwemu e won fimpinu ne edu enkurum a nkrofo ahode na ese tema ne mpotemu no gya hyehyehye ya kyese ekoso e won fimpinu ene edu enkurum ne nyina edu 489 na ese gya hyehyehye ye ekoso e won fimpinu no edu enkurum eno no eno enam so ma nipa ba ese dwenu baako eti nananom e wo eye ensiedo edwenu baako eti nananom e wo eye ensiedo sanso so ena omo so mutumi epra kesepa akoda ya resabia no omdudo num edu 205 na chese o hwe mu na honom mududo etumi ekodu na mom no mfimpinu ni eduonu emu no ena nkrofo beyes enkron eti nananom ewo eye ensiedo na emu eduonu num mienu enso eti nananom ewo ensiedo enso mpanyifo ya mohwe eye jedum so dumjafoi enso betu dwase se ne gya hyehye ahodo ekoso ewo Oman Ghana mu hase no o se Ghana fo enya ya hwe yi na yetumi tutu enyeme yi se ne bia sa oye nei entumi ensi ewo Oman Ghana mu hase nti futo mapa ena chese omode ko edema Oman Ghana nti enya no so etumi hye ne ufi a no ayi so socket onyema ahodo gas ne ade medundum no ansana wetumi afiwe mesa se enyina ase anhwe na wie nso anhwe ya wanye careful ne bi nso anka wafu a obeba na chese ufie no eja etumi atomu ewo ho no musa na mesanso admeni ekyemu ewo page 16 a onmanyamfo kojo opon enkroma no ho fe ye papa wachokata tententen ede abatoa na nsem ya okanya ne se Oman Ghana coronavirus no eguso a eche ni hyemu na ya anhwe yi na yi nso anhwe yen ya anhwa na yankasa ya ma ban ni mpanyifo ede nhihye foforo asanso abegu akwan mu bia na lockdown etumi asanso aba na nhihye foforo enti se na coronavirus no ekonom guso kasa odi abai de kama ese eni yenyan esen de di kan eba ye no ti Ghana fo ye piapia na ye ntumi enhwe ne ye papa essence ya ne se ne sifa etre ne hiem no ya nhwe ya na ese oman Ghana ya tra be careful na ese kwa na ye ko ewo hon mo sa so na ebie mu nso pay 16 ho a na chese miguso a ejina ewo Ghanaian Times honomo na pay 16 ho no Ghana Medical Association for de ababetu dwa so mampenda da Jerry John Rawlings a ya sha ase eye na eye kama obia pese okohwe no for the last no o se ni nyina mu aban so fa nan esifom na memma obia kwan enkosa na se omo obia kwan ma ne kosa anhwa ye bewie echi no na yakwakosi ne kama na so ba na o man Ghana de ensa asan gu yeti adan a corona no asan so ache ni shem adan ya ko bebre na nya corona ne nkola nso nya obia nya corona no onim so ye broni so ye bibini ebechiwo wo ya kola wo ye penyu ebechiwo ya bro akokoro ebechiwo tom da ba betudwa sa abani ni mpanifo enhwe na nke yie no nke be ya Green for ya fa twon so ebe yi di a kire mo na mo so ma hwebo mo fiefie mo no nke be ya aban emfasa nhye ni nyina enconfirm ansentwofo bia na ache so mo ntumi enyi emaye na abef tintan video so Facebook YouTube ne de keka ho ni nyina no omuntumi fe yie no enkoto wo se ne bia Ghana fo timemfo ebetumi ahwe bi na yensa ekuku nsaka nyina enkota omachi ewo eye ehon musa ne nyina mu no eno so betumi aboa yie papa enti Ghanaian Times no utobia no wato bo ase akenkan ho mampanyi dada Jerry John Rawlings nyema hodo beye na bakosem ne nyina ewo mu a utumi kan bia na so wetumi e de abo brade ewo e de ye wo mu no na so afa e de ato kotodwem esanse Ghana ne ye wo no bebia mu no so usua de unyi de na gusua esua de esanse education has no end.
Awizia de ani beche mu ewo eye the Chronicle da obokrata no emu na page 2 ehonu mu ena megina na former chairman adema eye NPP amanyoko no ewo Amansia Central abatu empesua so ewa santemantemu na owura ndidie ne owura adu bwahe na ne nsem ode ababetu dwa chese wo hwe emiamia hodo ye yetufu magudi a ewo eye mantem no emu a kame ayese NDC amanyoko no egeni eye grounds ewo sa emiamia honom na wo kire mu se wonimonyamfo John Dramani Mahama nanka enye introduction na mampani Akufo-Addo ade baaye wo free senior high school ho a ono de ogidi ye se enka batu ani mu no obetimi adi eye emunkodim na ohwe mampani Akufo-Addo ni nyuma hodo ya wo boy nanso ko mining communities ewa santimantemu na ndise manyuko no enya vote bebre na ono de eye ne nwo papa o kire se ebra enfiem pinu ene edu ensiemu 2016 NPP amanyuko no one more call election na won edi nkonim woni nya seat ni bako oha anase oha ene aduosia enkono 169 danso ene aswate aba eye oha ene aduasa ensom 137 seats ena sesia no NPP amanyuko no ewo amrahye bejafie nto hunu se ase won mode bo ewo asantemantemu miamia hodo ye yetufu magudie no ekọ eye form wase eye ne nwanwa pa ese John Dramani Mahama ewo abato eto ye won fie mpinu ne aduenu mu nyina wotimi enya 16,130,698 votes a eno ejina ho edema 47.86% 47.86% hom chichemu no aduana enso achiripo no aduotwe ensia ya ni nyina ejina ho nam na ye nwanwa papa wase wasantemantemu no ebra na ono ye dwemtreni chairman edema wom wa mansie ehonum no na ndc abanyuko duru bre ne se won ekwa akoto aba won dodo etimi ba beto aba nyina be se empemiensa pe nanso no ewo emfie mpinu ne aduenu mu de no enipa be se empim du ene akire ene to aba edema ye ndc abanyuko no enti no ewo se mpenifo ema wonani da ho na won odi wonani kwa grounds no so na oye adwuma se be ya party ne so abesan so ageni grounds ewo eye mining communities a ewo eye asante mantem no emu yekọ katafa ye to so miensa ewo ye Chronicle da bokrata ni mu a na wasa wono so abamane chese anro nanano mo hemfo ya one more ho no wonum chese wadwalai wadwalai ni nyina ne se Flight Lieutenant John Rawlings a ye enkane mampani Papa J ya ne wada empamu a manfo ehwe ne ne achi ni mu no wo wuye ne na yiye ho hyehye ni nyina mu no empanifo anto nsamfrɛ omo chese empanifo anto nsamfrɛ omo kra ne mu aba efententan fidie no so ɛna wɔnom ehunu si deɛ nneɛma esi kɔ ɛno nti na yie ne deɛ sɛ wɔnom ebesi aseɛ paa deɛ ɛnya ade a wobetumi asi ɛyɛ aseɛ na togbe agbesi awusu ya wɔtɔ so ɛyɛ mienu ɛna ne chronicle do bɔkrata yi ɛtwetwe nkɔmɔ ɛwɔ tetefon so ɛna ɔde saa nsɛm yi ɛto dwa wɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔnom ankasa ɛbrɛ esɛmu no wɔde date bɛba mmɔnten so ɛne ɛda a wɔnom nso ɛde bɛyɛ yie ɛwɔ ɛyɛ framantam mu no na wɔnom atimi ɛde ayɛ na yɛn nyinaa si de yɛn nyinaa anim no papa J wɔn sie ne hene ɛwɔ ɛyɛ framantam mu yɛ a edin yɛ wɔn de maa no ɛne togbe nuti fafa na kyerɛ sɛ man of peace obi a wɔyɛ asumdwie ewura ɛna wɔn ɛde maa no nti ne nananom hemfo kyerɛ sɛ wɔdwa lai mpanimfoɔ anto nsa from te yie ne paa sɛ obesi aseɛ deɛ ɛneɛ lalai wɔn nso ɛbɛ organize ɛyɛ wɔn mo deɛ nti ɛno ne chronicle do bɔkrata no ne wɔde ɛba amɔnten so a yɛbɔ mu ɛde ama ɛyɛ ahwɛfoɔ ne atiefoɔ nyinaa enua ya wie o nkyɛ sɛ nea ɛkɔkɔ baayɛ no ma memfa cartoons sɛ yɛmmra ne nsonyɛde a
na cartoons no wɔyɛ ne yɛtie cartoons akyɛ
na yɛnkɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɛhɔ na cartoons no mehu owura bi a ne ti so nwie no ɛyɛ fitaa ya ɛpa ɛyɛ kakra ɛna mehu no baasi bi nso ya ɛba na owura na ne ti so ɛpa kakra na ne ti so ɛfitaa ya wagye ne lawyer tadeɛ na wano de enwa so na ote enwa so enwa ne ekonya ene odi twa ka kwan mu no kra aye bi wo ho no placard bi a watcho so stay off proceedings ni nyina aye owura chachu chikata won se legal team na ejina mu dia ma John Dramani Mahama won di animu ene wo che se proceedings ahodo ya ekoso ewo aye Supreme Court ni nyina no one enhote ya Supreme Court on hwe basa mpenifo twetwo wuro etimu ya wo ede ba chese akataman so chiniye no edi ahimu na enwa no so etwamu a kosi aka tunso a ode aba no se chese
akoso obo adwuma oya de de be ode foforo ba
ode bia ode foforo ba
na mpesa me kasa kakra fa yi lady oba o se mo pena da John Rollins ne bai da watne mani pa
eye nwanwa
na ne yire ba akoro we fa de oba no se ni kunu ano we
ono nso ye nim ne ekokosi
Ghana yedo
yate
Ghana re de
sa na be ba no
Ghana yedo
obi na
sa ade chele ya nti asem fofora
yechi ya
obi na enye pepe waso na me yeken obi na ekosi ye kura bi ase na papa no wo sika pa ana papa ni film do film no afi asase ye chele japade o wona hu nkrofo mu fi different places afi o ba sem papa no
ye ni kura mu e na MP for
na papa no
eko kwansa
yes
infantiman owu ye che oba foforo pie
na papa no ye atekwa na ngo zes ka
obi unity because one of this ka kwa ye
ye japade
obenya bibi kakra
all right eti aha ana de ko nyame cha papa na busafo nyina every na da kwakufu ado mate se papa wo hwe dwumadi papa the president nyame ka ho na adwuma no saa so na ye yewura John Dramani Mahama papa ana pa wo hwe nyame cha papa na busafo nyina ne mpanyimfo mogana no nyina aha de ko wakata mbo so na yesi mi twa me waba me ba ye de watch these things ebebra mo me ba sisi ya
Good morning. Oh, I need some of your sweet loving to come wake me up. I've been dreaming of you. Come wake me up, say you want me to.
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which makes it safe for everyone, including babies. Eliminate harmful bacteria or viruses on and around you by disinfecting your airspace. Simply spray into the air or use in your hands to keep them clean. When you are with friends, disinfect your airspace. At work with your colleagues, disinfect your airspace. Even when hanging out with family, disinfect your airspace. It can also be applied in the kitchen, on doorknobs, anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Disinfect your airspace with mobile disinfectant spray.
Bizenzi Nathaniel P.O.I.N. Blacker than Black Bongo I, aka Obofopa, Mizasam Panamo. This time a coronavirus Ajiviasa body. Be very, very careful. Manko marketplaces. Nko chechi and crofo, fa unko tutu crofo. Nko fa coronavirus biara mbrewe busiafo. All in the name of shopping. Yatisi.com Adaroma. You can relax in your comfort zone in all the 16 regions of Ghana and still buy anything of your choice and receive them at your doorstep with just a single call. Yatisi.com Wonyoma Papa for flat screen TVs, laptops, mobile phones, sound systems, fridges, stoves, microwaves, blenders, washing machines, pressing irons, fans, air conditioners, books, just name them. Matre home and office appliances, including hardware. Check out Yatisu.com for more on Facebook, Yatisu GH on Instagram, Green TV, Green FM, and on www.yatisu.com. Ibotuma Fryer order CCR was 0550 000 090 and 0550 000 091. Yatisu.com. Shopping anywhere, anytime. Yatisu.com.
Simply the best deal.
I wanna make a real dream come true with you. Come wake me up.
Anapay Ghana for another phone in a memoche, Mama Kwaba Beam at the Badge Media. Actually, they say, watch these things. Watch these things. Watch these things. Now, so I'm medical catcher, I'm say, but before then, Professor Ken, or Daffy Wellenchi, or Henia, or Wonua, Nin Patamina, and Anapay Oshamia Michao. Sasso and a year, Wulomo. Wunwa ulomo and the pension nana okemana paya bichiao. The assembly Honorable Joshua Bote Papa and a pokemia michiao. I didn't pay for you now more Ghana Hanimuna. Mom nitty to Nunwa, Nin Patamina. Mom Kabi Wumo, Mom Casa Yeti and the Pemokima Michiam. ASP Francis Kwame Chidi, Christian Police Commander Papa and a pencil Hemia Michiao. And the same. My mama tia say, efi. What did you we? Now why a baller? Now who by Bell kugu got him? Why a wow baller? Now why we na? What about Copa be dear kama got us a hold of the ball and ego. Ya can't. I bore my bore, baby. I was saying, I couldn't still, you know, solutions, Papa Beer. Na ekwana ho no a ya yi gates no ekwa ho lolo kwa ho nunwa enya kire o nunwa ya na me se ha de man ka de na anwia me ma adabraka anase circle me ka ha de na wi na ewia ya basi ho eni ntimpanfo amuka bi ewo mu the assembly the chiefs and mo amuka sa o man ne te no enti fini edo krokroi mo pa na na gates ededa anim ho no gates na ededa lolo kwan ho no gates no abom maseteme na wa asade ya fazum la for say adwuma we ye omonye na wontua wonka ntibon so mo hye blue na mo de yellow bi o so orange bi aguso na wonam kwan won kitapra na mo pra enti wa asade wa wote ho wo ton koko no ya gwata na wo ton ade no awa ano no abo fi na wo to onom no hwan na wo se beyim wa asade zoom lion fo a mo ya adwuma no moko omo amoto aduana kwan ho a na matrase no madidi ya sakoko chance ma da bia mko bia mudi koko 15 cedis 20 cedis 10 cedis koko nko a nti se mo nam kwan na se mo plagata ne mu a ya sanso mo aduana mamuni mo wie nsusu agata mo nyam ye mo yi wura no nyina fi gatas ne mu a na mo de gu kwan no ho na mko mo yi gates no mu nyina wi a mo yi mu awie no so mo ade kwa bonye da be ka makoma makoya no so mo yi mu wi a na masan so de gu kwan na ho se me ka you know utie me wo hwe me mo yi gates no mu nyina wi no no wasan de gu kwan na ho se bibie no e di begum na eni be 2 days 3 days na wo wi a na emframa ebo na ehu ni nyina de nenam lolo kwan so pasasa ehu ni nyina de nam ya kwa assembly no ko din komo ya maame Paulina Kukua wono no oda no se environmental analyst ho hono na ko din komo bebrebe eti on some ahodo kan ya ane ne ekọ kuro so ne ekọ hu ya no. You just watch these things. Watch these things. Watch. And then I'm screening so you just imagine this. What you got any musu wie no. CAC Central. No one CAC Central or mo anim ho no. No one CAC Central. Anim ho no lolo kwan no anim ho ni o. What you got any magu. Sa on sa route na e for market that you or mo CAC Central or mo no. You just imagine. And my yibu na wonde go say tem we. Na ka jama ni mu kure. Ana awo. Ana nkola bi bobo. Ana nkokọ hwete. Ana egu ho saa. Just watch distance. In wow. Nana. Kin Odafi Walanti. Professor. Just watch distance. Then I was here. Honorable DC. And yes, MCE. Yes, or MCE. You have to post so. Just imagine this. Wow. And I'm over near to home. Mammy Paulina. Who posts in Cassia. Environmental analyst. A Dawaso. Now to assembly. And away you castle. Where you got a cinema we are once the same free work. Just imagine this. What? Just what? Oh yeah, Ken. Aquabrane. And you a bit to one say Green TV for crowd here, and then a day cranny. Yeah, man, I because you're chonka. Yeah, can't that. And your man said, yes, I was wedding. Why, yeah? Was here the taxpayers' money. When I turned the crew, when mom told you, Ghana for Sika, and you're the chum cat. Now, say, where you cost what? Are you comfortable with? Uko kan ye betwa nasi bone se anya meka no kra e ba ko pa eno kra e ba ko pa eti mi sisu dua se mo amuka bia wo mu o no wan pa yinfo the MC the environmental analyst Mammy Paulina Kukua Zumla fo afam samunya adwuma no Monko nam kwa honko je dokuru ni. Monko nam kwa honko num koko. Monko nam kwa honko di waache. Monko ya adwuma na nya den. Enko so na enko so yi. Na mo yi gata timu nyina dwa pure water bottles. Pure water sachets dia no na yemia no mo no. Na gugata dem se man na ne keka bola hodo. Nkafo ko private private nkrofo kɔ private no wɔn akyekere do hanu man na twa abagya atum no kɔ just watch these things and so say near pa man na if you say near pa na ade wo yigu hɔ no mu nyina ne ɛbɛwo ɛwo wi a ɛmframa so bɛbɔ ɛmframa bɔ wi a ɛmfa na ɛkɔ na nenam krom na ɛtwa saa anya ba kokra it's not good, it's bad thing, bad habit. This is so sad some predators asade yi so kayaba nkayaba nyese so sa de yi so some predators sa fashion o mame sa fashion o mame say nyese so kra enye. Can you imagine this why a baller na a good gatem na fa say oh gosh. In fact, and you just watch this things. Just watch. Yeah, you got us in the move. And a good can say just imagine this. And say near Pegana na. Nunga for say near Penunga. Nunga for say near Penunga na. Say near Penunga ana Nunga Kruma. Around here market that CAC Central. CAC Central. Oh, and him one a lot of kwana na say they will esum what them. And yaketwa ya ni tiam fili gadochi. Over to me the WhatsApp messages about 05966666803. And also the bar. Bibiara obiara no betima kan waso so de ba ma vote this bi obetu no video so hodo nyina de aba. Na oya we no. Menka se kolala na se kolala. Menka ne kolala. Malaria hodo na wo de ba Ghana. Yade pa. Na de ba wo de ba mamu. Ntimoto na mo hwehwe. Ubusam sa se anyway. Ubusam sa adenti na mo wie na mo sesa bola na mo fa mo sesa mpa be mfa gugu ana. Wase yenika yenihwe yeni ade a yebegum. Nti yeyi ha na ese yedugu. Ene ne manyu kra. Wase yenika uyi wi a na nsuo wom. Enti nsuo wom a na odugu ka ni mu a na ese ka no. Ene nti no ana aba na santi edigu ho ma na wo na eba befa wonkofa hwe wo boa wonye na ke hwese benya momi Paulina Kuku a mama Paulina Kuku a ono na ye environmental analyst wo ye Crow Municipal Assembly na kasa sankere ne bedi nkomo ana pay your friend wo dum ne phone na kasa fitinura akoni office akotena ase na ko di nkomo senka na pay den bekasa na pay kura friend no ekoye if you start ye wo dum ne phone enyo together for muntu na mopa wo ba wura samre hoyi ye be hwa mianu na we na kama asam yade e wase wo ye wasade e wakase wasade ya fa wo se ye enti ye wasade se wo so wo se ye ne be ni imagine so what you say enti trans sa keke wo duty say what to office one my fa say you betua kan de what to office one mo enye condition mo ana enye cash akase mo ana skap bosomo betua akase akase o wasade say ye fa o na sese ne se be yenti no ye na ade na enye ne nkoyi gatas ni mu amfa ngukwan no ho onu ya tikem nam ho na nitua wan mfita go no ti estate papa mu oti estate papa mu nti wala ju se mi mfita uko kana so hey yebeka nokra ba ko pe nokra Allah ba ko pe nti yebeka ka ko pe mbra yebenya sakra eti nunwa nche ana na pe me so chia obi bom mu ase chia se yebeka pa si ebe ne be ni ye. Can you imagine say fiti omo assembly ho nunwa barrier ho no mu wura mu akofo St. Michael ho no mu harmony school mu ho wura mu afa pekasa no so ni namu akopie mu wo ye C5 ho no mu a containers container ye de ball agum no ba ko pe okwa ne sane fa so fa eya okwa ye obenku de woni mfa nti so fa nsure da no so ano nsure na ho no ma efa na ho kin odafi o wele nti ho no na ye fa ho no mu nyina bom roma fa pokeke ho no mu nyina no a ba ko pe na si ho nti the whole Jamaica nyina ye mienu fuka wa se ye miensa mienu pa ne ye hu enya miensa bia e mienu pa ne ye hu so imagine say border na mo ya na info ne de beguo okay say I container ne boarden container ne boarden nti entimi nto hey ne boarden any first sanitation minister ati da djuma ne say entimi nto equipment e be say ballers ne shovels ne ne heka wa yi fini we nyina fikro mu say ne boarden hey ene ya yini sisa ya dan just imagine na ti assembly ho ne ya hwa ne ti o man mu ne ya hwa na fi ayi assembly man a won so all those areas ni na won so to won ka won sa acha on dem fam won so hwe ubuzo an se ni ba bia di container ni besi wabua eti munya ni assembly ni muntu anamon ma pole na kuku atu anamon na nya post ni title ma pole na kuka utie me na pa mi chia se ofo na wadum no so monka chia ma pole na kuka environmental analyst na owo assembly won se ne phone wadum no onso monka nchira no wa wonim bia Africa says Green TV for say onso ne phone ye musa ne nsam anu e ba new office o yan be din komo na so okay make asa ye ba afi wadum phone all right ye ne kaje bi ye disia ne ye be bo hwa manatete ti do nye ne kaje bi be to aso manya ye ne mo wa hasa se ye tinkwa media ne be disa so aha na edibesie nti ahemfofo amokrom ha mpanfo am ka biewo mu o yenhwe na nunwa emfa ntuma panfra wabobo anu wana na wompra na wonam fie na wompra na mo so masifie na landlords na masifie na munni KVIP wo mu fie na tenant for ko kana no mo konto na mo di o matam no so mo masifie ni nti mo ye nyamope no mra ho ni mbedi se na mra no te and I'm from Dako, I made watch these things, no. Mediacy. Chira, but to uncle Monoso. Me coming waba. I me buy a nay, but have attention. Obu no more say, Koda one sorry. One my said, Manisu charm, Manisu charm. I asked Manisu charm, I what some Akuma boom Kim. Yadia, Dr. Fwabe fear had more free colebu. So my mind to actually quite fast was unsa symptoms we unsa no mabu o widi mu a obetu anamo nti ya kwatenase na nso ya hwa na edi ho nkomo ne abo ha itwa me na me basisi ya
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which makes it safe for everyone, including babies. Eliminate harmful bacteria or viruses on and around you by disinfecting your airspace. Simply spray into the air or use in your hands to keep them clean. When you are with friends, disinfect your airspace. At work with your colleagues, disinfect your airspace. Even when hanging out with family, disinfect your airspace. It can also be applied in the kitchen, on doorknobs, anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Disinfect your airspace with mobile disinfectant spray.
Fellow Ghanaians, the measures put in by government in response to the novel coronavirus disease, which has so far affected some 118,000 people across the world, WHO has now characterized it as a pandemic.
Coronavirus, COVID-19, Mefinda Guru Crow, why ne fever nebo bowo abre do eboshe anti-sense anti-taste umnimi yo entumi ndidi eborani nenye code entumi njawumo e feel dizzy papa elibe you say baby ya esha weku kumnipa Europe weku induma na African suda grass and baba she soja suro corona lawyer osuro corona malam suro corona wala wo paste osuro corona meyewu mayati tobia suro corona no meyewu mayati yina suro corona usu suro corona so uno smash seluko kroma mama we feel to meet the social distance and weapon ano All was surface seminary, and sanitizer the baby fair, mental quickly, Initial not if you Sister didn't change my eye, in Chimopone, Sheshia, in Shiopone, Chechia, Tikai Satintina, Trinitatia, Kofi, and my own, my ati to be a slow corona. May my ati, Yena is slow corona. Sakonyazona card of ele Kachimuke coronavirus wake Motiwo nose mask ni Wamanele mafangwani kode fele Premesia Moti ya wafe For social distance dijiba wake Lebile tu corona nge Meni no wila Na mwapele mwake Isumo manu wake ni mkwebo Shiwa banshona kewa ilo Wila ya peni akalo no konkulu Antidede wo nose mask Wash and shone abole ma distance Communication no akacha corona Koko yen fwen no le obabo Efo di lo, edobara yelo Amo udo yelo Oyo napde corona Nere o kukugela Gata za sanitizer Toji dela, apapela Nobu social distance Nela mabuya Medena do Meye Mayati tobia Sulo corona Meye Mayati Yena Sulo corona Asamakasi Frankensido, one tap portion of Franco Sudo, Manfa vessel and smuggling Nipa Magana, Mabanaka, woman and Shindido. Hey, you see, Nashe, DBA, the fruity exercise, Nepunsuno on Sa Corona, Yanumuzuni PD, Yanres PD, Yan Mafan for Philly, Yenda, and you be a main pay, Shedimwa, Nafra, Namas and a one gram, Mafa, Shemen Sudo, when the Tamado in Yumukra. Namaye. Mayati to be a suro corona. Mayewo, Mayati Yena. Soja suro corona. Lawyer osuro corona. Malam suro corona. Wala wo paste osuro corona. Na mayewo, Mayati.
Sweet loving. Good morning. Oh, I need some of your sweet loving to come wake me up. I've been dreaming of you. To come wake me up, say you want me to. Help me forget my nightmares. I wanna make a real dream come true with you.
Makwaba biom edefa ema Green TV so ba do so ye mo ba bedi fa nipa dasani asetina mu na ade bi na tete wa wape na watu hana mo papa ana pa mi chia mbe ma munyina kwa aba na se yeka apomuden ho nsam so a yengo fa obia keke ne mo mo nim de fa nipa asetina mu no apomuden ho nsam no one year for no ntenase ne yahwe na matuefo na one yakasa na ka obi na ma na ebi kwaso a wonti me achechere na tu ho na papa aba ofan sunu mu no ebebie phone line na bia wa face challenges bia no and so what do I drink as well? Now questions be no ofra na wahwe na doctor wa board where you and come. Be also Charles na so kwon no Charles na akọ. Enti yewura doctor and a nurse, or a nurse. Bright Habada. Yeah, nurse e wo ye Kolibu emergency department. And I finish so Helen Stripe Health Consult. Omo so ekọ sorry ekuakuo mu adwumakuo awodo mu nyina so de futu ekoma wo mu kwan befa so ambetumi ananti anase o face challenge bi wo wedi mu a ambetumi aboa so one years ade nyina ntana bai nkwan nchiram ne ndokomo nurse.
Yes sir.
Yeah, na those time no kase nurse na yese man nko na so was surprised say obo be man so be man so nurse.
Yeah.
Say the ama say ntiase aba. Okay. Tinya man nko na nurse no me man no so binum next. And your background so doctor. The doctor na me man nko na doctor. My doctor, me man so doctor.
Yeah.
Doc, nurse.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time we get to be called doctors when we're on duty.
Yeah, right. All right.
So we are used to it.
Okay, and pay your hypertension.
Yeah.
But your hypertension, no, and the saying it is saying, and come one it is saying, if I better, you better than symptoms are, but the ones with you or hypertension,
okay. Answer na mesha asie no medamu muhwefo ase michi na nheda anya papa sa ba yebeka dia frafra kakaka iti ode yebesha asie no me church nyama kakaka kremu ama moti ase if because obi mu nti bibi mu asie ye normally some people mistake certain things for other things. So let's say for instance you can say blood pressure. If you say blood pressure, what it means is that it is the force that your heart, okay, the force that it pushes your blood against your veins or your arteries. That is what is called blood pressure. So that is not a medical condition. I know any area. Body no. And only a blood pressure. But when we say hypertension, and no any condition ankasa. So we say hypertension in the sense that when we say, and I say I will be something say, you basically will say will be what hypertension. Answer never say what hypertension. Not just say you have had a sustained elevation because it's sustained. And not just say, and yes, say be sorry now one time you go check your BP. Now just say what sugar can I say not just say me hypertension no and this because it's sustained. Not just say BP no I walk high. For some time, I check it, not still egusi was through. That is when we can say you have hypertension. And even that, I will say still I test bimu to confirm the BP na I was through. Say and son I declare say sisi ano, yeah hypertensive, and I say hypertension. So BP na can say was through. We say if work or hospital da, okay say BP if you try na. Your throw number be or throw, na throw be was here. Intino, a throw there no. You see if around 140 or greater, and I see then for 90 and now greater, that is when we say you have hypertension. Intino, if say na make earlier or no, if we check it, unya something over 140 over 90 consistent, then we can say you have hypertension. Yes.
Nti den na deba.
Okay. Se sisia mashe me max ma yewo COVID time sisia no. Meaning na yenim say COVID virus be and I say cause COVID. And when you get in contact with the virus, that is what will make you also have the same symptoms and be declared as having COVID. But hypertension no enti say adie bi wo ha ye ka say adie we protein na e cause hypertension. There are so many things that would contribute to someone having hypertension. So, before Fred say predisposing factors. Yeah, there are some factors that would predispose you to getting hypertension. And I say the first one is gender. It is more prevalent in males Say your Berman nkwa, say many way your Berman nkwa, it means we have a higher risk of getting hypertension. Yes. So, and then also being African American, you see, tuntum for no, common our genes mu, say we are predisposed to getting hypertension. And with aging, normally ideally after age 55 more econo, you are also likely to have hypertension.
Now, say, okay, say a man easy for them to get hypertension. No? Like maybe I will be D and I say then because and I say natural things also hypertension.
And because I don't say no, it's not something that you and I we have control over. It's there, but I don't just say every single man ebinya hypertension. No, that is not the case. But it's just that it puts you in the front line. That if one show who's here, you are likely to get it. So those are the predisposing factors, and then we have what we also call like risk factors. Nyama, if it also increases your chances of getting the BP. BP says smoking, which we are all aware of. Says smoking angasa there, and boy, or in every other way. So smoking, alcoholism, so we know and also and high fat, high sodium, and high cholesterol foods. The difference is diemu, and this is also increasing chances of getting the BP. Any idea about for is sedentary lifestyle, which is very common. So we no form of exercise. When you say, unam, we no baby, no relax, we are watching no abeda. Those kind of lifestyle, would say you don't have any form of activity. And yes, maybe I won't cover most of working at I'm taking you back to the word, the experience. Some people say when you come, we share and confirm you admit you before you mommy for you omu ejuma wo market any omu na me wiaso eso anyama edi chin cover. So because say omu chin nanti eso anyama. So we because say it is a form of exercise. But no exercise. Exercising is like it's a conscious effort. I also ubeki someone say I am running this distance. I want to cover this distance. I'm burning this amount of calories and fat. So when you make that conscious effort, that is when we can call it an exercise. But say now your business and now turn there. Now you say we are waiting free and our brain is exercise there. No, we don't call it exercise. Yeah.
So you share symptoms and maybe I'll be one as a way the hypertension. Apart from say there, or hospital me I check a man no. So be on number then I'll be one with the anymore. Or say cause say hypertension.
Okay, so when you look at hypertension, it has been our nickname or only my name the nickname is silent killer.
Oh, okay.
That's the nickname of hypertension. Okay. So most of hypertensive cases are asymptomatic. Because it's asymptomatic, and I just say, won't show you any signs and symptoms. Most of the time, it's okay. You don't really feel anything. But sometimes when it gets worse, that is when you get to show some signs and symptoms, like headache. But you're not saying with power. But how about sending wakuma about peri? And I say, we be kaka na wabre na home. So you would show those signs and symptoms before ABI. Say most of the time, the reason making the hypertension a silent killer is that yakuma. It is when you look at the framework of the body, the heart is a very strong organ. So just as you know, when you sleep, your heart does not stop beating. Yakuma na ejuma 24/7. Your legs, we need edu baby ube katano enye but wakuma ni the esiswa ebosa. So when the heart rate changes, for whatever reason, the heart, because of its tough muscles, is able to withhold the pressure. And so it will work to some extent. So what the body normally does is what we call like compensation mechanism.
Okay.
The body now kasa nyama nkuya eno abe try say ebe ye bibia ma na bibia ye but eya edru bibia now I don't know ankasa bread. So when a do on a brain, that is when most people report to the hospital. So that time, you know, do say then you need augmentation. Or say the adema and the we drone now offer to make the heart work balanced.
So time ben so hypertension for now was a prepare we won hospital go on ma we won symptoms about what ada or na so on my hospital. So time ben the nipa no was oba so a ye won hye bia na said ne to bibi so se bia the way so ana.
Yeah. With the Sedamic culture earlier on, hypertension is silent killer. So most people don't even know. The last time I was reading a research, it shows that almost half of, let's say in Bermano, and I say, oh, let's just say the normal population, the most developing countries, almost half of the population are hypertensive, but they don't know. So most of the time, you know, hospitals are over. Said Amika earlier, we will take you through processes. When you come, we would have to do your BP monitoring for you. We'll check it. If you're checking it, you say, oh, say now BP and kuya. And then you also do the lab test I talked about. So the labs, you know, I never train the reason why certain things are not going well in your system. And then a BP no so yeah, well, dear, and no ankasa eba any dear oh yeah. Ubenya BP, just like I said earlier on. Intino, ebi mo yare bi e na wo dada. Eno no beti mama o BP akosho. Nti ebi a obana wo sa yare ni hu se yare we e na ebi a affect you BP a. It means I will say tackle sa root cause no. And sana ya so BP no so ano. So normally when you come, you will check you BP no. Na ya hwe ebe ma wa lab test. That is if whether we are stable and now we are stable. You will go through the same process. Then if I said you to a droso, yeah, they want to a droso in that regard, yeah.
Okay, so if be silence killer,
yeah.
So be out. You know the tears here, and I say, or one or damn passo, or da the chin, so we film. And no beep in the one,
yes.
What done that things were done in what the name I do know. A command on corners not the can air juma. But how say to me, Kunipa just like that?
Okay. So, as some will be some Makai, one experience I had when I was working. Now, yeah, Omurashi will be the buy. Now, almost almost a year, and I'm a banty in Kofonum din by now, Obiashe a year tie area and I'm dinner buy. Inti Nipanom din by now, so it was, you will be a friend a hypertensive crisis. That is a complication of, if we hypertension one managing year, that is where you get to. So they brought the person down, so then the BP was into the money a trash here. So we were attending to the person, any paniaman in Panipano Hono, and Uncle Fona or Mudini Bayano. Papa Baku buy an original Mincheno Bisam, oh, Opamacho, and I'm getting no my eyes, I saw bread into no, meet my check the BP Amanica, and I'm say, okay, on Tenassi, no on rest take a car. Until just within some few minutes, I'm checking BP no manner. BP now, me checking man, no. Ono ni BP no na e was so chen de omde ni buy the auditor form na omde ni buy no na na BP no was so chen ono ni
no no beja obi no.
Yes. So immediately I was say he admitting no nti ye mani koye processes na he admitting any to ward honum. The following, that was the day and I me coffee. The following day when I came, he had developed stroke. Wow. Just as the following day me buy now I developed stroke and all damn panic. So that is the reason why I say it is a silent killer. So it's not something that if you don't, if one can someone your conscious effort say, you have to be going to the hospital and ask, you see a BP check here and now when you go to the pharmacies around, they have the machine there, they can check it for you. So you check and then you know that is the only way you are aware that, oh, this has been my BPs, whether it is good or whether it is not good. So that is the reason why we say it's a silent killer.
Okay, until Obi who say as a BBC, if you want to care when I be a car, no, if I say a kunya accident, and I say, "Well, come my point," and also it me develop hypertension for the Nipan.
Okay, so with the blood pressure, we have so many factors that affect the blood pressure, but it might not necessarily be say hypertension. That's like you're saying. So a typical example is exercise. Sisi I'm sorry na me jogging bi kakra. Mbo won say wakuma no bo pre ha. So that one you have an increased heart rate. Then at that time no check your BP or BP never was so. But no interest say what hypertension. So another example Ned said the obisa me BBC na we show. Say that one your heart rate will increase. Wakuma be born tentem. But no interest say what hypertension. So there are certain things that would affect your BP for just a little while. Then your heart rate will go back to normal. But when you have a sustained high blood pressure over a period of time, that is when we can say you have hypertension.
Okay. Yempe solutions to it. Say, it me the herbal medicine abedja so bebre. It me the being so treat hypertension and.
Okay. So with the, I'm happy you asked me this question too. Most people, let me make this fact clear, and I think everywhere we go and all health workers that find themselves on any channel who want to educate about hypertension always try to make this fact clear. Say hypertension is not something that is curable. Say when you hypertension hypertension is managed, you're managing. So but you can manage it to some extent where a drone and our funnel, you better make catch say a drone CC and men fire drone bio. And no interest will be what cure BP no. But it means that maybe a drone CC and wakuma a born normal into a drone here for some time. Still you'll be under monitoring, you be monitor. Next still you won't say still whether the BPs are still like that and I say asa akoshubium. So when you come to the herbal preparations, most people get a misconception say we drop your you see preparation be normal, we BP no na a no, it's not like that. And with that, me share that herbal medicine, yeah, so I don't really know much about that, but I know they have some natural preparations that they take. I'm more prepare my own. And no, some do help for the BPs to be normal, but it's not something that Ubeka say, oh no, I'm a BP nako. Because at the end of the day, most of the time, when people go into hypertensive crisis and I'm going into any complication, they still report to the hospital. You don't see say obianya hypertension gidi na you're rushing it down to herbal center say go treat. They'll still bring you to the hospital. So we have natural remedies that can help you reduce your blood pressure anyways, but it's not something that will cure the hypertension. Yeah.
Right. Eti yeguswa yedin komo ye ne nurse bright and yedin komo e wo fia animuse na me ntwa me homra ye ba be phone line so ma me ma number and yedi be djuma ne 05966668803 05966668803 and the number na yedi be djuma e wo fia animuse e bia nso a wo tika mu na e bia na wo kwa djuma pese wo free TV no na wo kwatena ka na bia wo pia bontia ko phone no so they call Green TV Ghana. Green TV Ghana on Facebook. Uko abet ma follow ni yeye nyina so. Ami ntwa me ho ma me ba e be twa nkomo no so.
Good morning. Oh, I need some of your sweet loving. I wanna make a real dream come true with you. Come wake me up.
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which makes it safe for everyone, including babies. Eliminate harmful bacteria or viruses on and around you by disinfecting your airspace. Simply spray into the air or use in your hands to keep them clean. When you are with friends, disinfect your airspace. At work with your colleagues, disinfect your airspace. Even when hanging out with family, disinfect your airspace. It can also be applied in the kitchen, on doorknobs, anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Disinfect your airspace with mobile disinfectant spray.
Mrs. Nathaniel P.O. Ahen, blacker than black bongo eye, aka Obofopa, Mrs. Panamo. This time a coronavirus Ajiriasa body. Be very, very careful. Manko marketplaces. Nko chechi ankrofo, fa unko tutu ankrofo. Nko fa coronavirus biara mbrewe busiafo. All in the name of shopping. Yatisi.com Adaroma. You can relax in your comfort zone in all the 16 regions of Ghana and still buy anything of your choice and receive them at your doorstep with just a single call. Yatisi.com Wonyoma Papa for flat screen TVs, laptops, mobile phones, sound systems, fridges, stoves, microwaves, blenders, washing machines, pressing irons, fans, air conditioners, books, just name them. Matre home and office appliances, including hardware. Check out Yatisu.com for more on Facebook, Yatisu GH on Instagram, Green TV, Green FM, and on www.yatisu.com. Ibotuma Fryer order CCR was 0550 000 090 and 0550 000 091. Yatisu.com. Shop it anywhere, anytime. Yatisu.com.
Simply the best deal.
Sweet loving. Good morning, oh, I need some of your sweet loving to come wake me up. I've been dreaming of you. To come wake me up, say you want me to. Help me forget my nightmares. I wanna make a real dream come true with you.
Must be Mama Kwaba, Edba Green in the morning. And I pay ye didn't come papa after quire, ever fast for hypertension, a count moja and more, and I bow swap, bonus na bear, Bituano, and one semi banana swap, ye di and come over him. So now, your net nest bright, Habada, nest bright, Habada, or emergency ward, or ye kulibu, or your name, papa. Dog, not Uncle S send me message with some say, myself say, age bang, and I been say, so with the hypertension, what shall we see about the system?
Okay. Send me boss earlier on with the age, it is higher from Uja 55 Ekono, but we, due to so many changes, now we have people who develop hypertension as early as 21 years, 22 years, or many hypertension. So with those figures, that is, I quite say, the natural order. When you are aging, now with the nyama air slow. So that is when you are likely to get hypertension. But now it is equally prevalent in younger ages as well. Yes.
Ben abefaswa obetiko medications ra ye de be man wo ko obu onuma onum nru no na odi bibi foforo onum nru no di bibi foforo ntambia no na was stroke.
Okay. It's a very nice question because the reason I'm saying it's a nice question, I like this question is Uba your ward ni say and Uba hospital ni say now share about 90 to 95% of hypertensive cases near Yenyan. The reason why they are on admission is because of non-compliance. When we say non-compliance, not just say, a drone, say, I say, omundisu sa, obi say, or no nedro, and office say, oh, and then me say, and I'm a fillet first, and I fillet sa, intimi okay, and now on fa, obi so no, or fillet or no me do, intino, or no, what ye do, so. That has been the main reason why most people report to the facility. Into a drone there, very, very important. As Mika earlier on, when you are given medication to be taken as a result of hypertension, naturally say, wakumano enye juma, and answer ye juma mani broso. So the medication is supposed to reduce your heart, make it work properly. Into day I want for a drone, penalty said that day no, I say holiday, I'm a wakumano, the open oye. That is what it means. It's very important, say, a drone there, it's on daily basis. Do say a casa of one, no fan. If a drone is so no, you need a drawback for hypertension. There were so many medications as pertaining to ABRD, intia unya hypertension, no draw and advance. So it's ofana and once so ocean abia with you can still report back. You better review where drone. If you have best summer, your best summer.
Obi ko bia pharmacy and I say bia bi ko check ne BP na ya man aduro say ko dum aduro and also is advisable say o na check it me ya aduro ma and I say wo say nipa no hu ne BP pe say cost pe also oba aswe hospitals and as clinics na ko check.
Okay. Say obeko pharmacy ne bia wa check BP na e wo show ne bia na ma we aduro so it depends on the aduro criteria ma whether obi say bi or call pharmacy or report say bi aniti pino and I say bi binti ne chi ne ya and ani bibi ne ya inti bi pain can also increase your heart rate. TV bi am say if you are in severe pain now report you or na bi ya check your BP na BP no show na your ma withdraw. The pharmacies might not necessarily give you a draw for hypertension. If you ma withdraw for a pain now wom no. But say they only give you a draw for hypertension if a draw no was so that maybe an asa now their prescription about say oh me better a draw for hypertension that one they can dispense it to you in that regard. But everyone say bia what cause say unim say hypertension and I say uni be no wako pharmacy say oh me to hypertension they draw na the amount sa de ye nye ne sa e wo pharmacy ho no e bia complaints now de be ko ho no enu hu draw e na o me de be ma na wafa.
Eti ye hwe ye ne adidi mu inum Ghana de inum aduana I think say ye dipa anye fufu na ye banku anye banku ya ana obi so hwe abrochi nso so aduana o du on mo say born of rice and that kind of chips ye hwe ye adidi mu boy so tim so je pork na domido no age baile bulletin no age shit yo age club so no abo.
Yeah.
Ntianum nyina aduanum adidiem diet no. Yehwe kwanfa so betimi aya be preventing this kind of.
Okay. So diet is very, very important when it comes to management of hypertension. Most of the time oba na di utu edro so they would we can equally refer you to the dietitian no ono any wo betina se na mo planning more diet according to aduane kra what I do most of the time, so you plan your diet. So most of the time, no, diet is very, very crucial when it comes to hypertension management. You know, you advise say Mika earlier on, no, low sodium diet, which is in Chile, and then we have also low fatty foods, and also low cholesterol food. Those are the main reasons. Educating in Kofo, who say, Mama, Omundi say, Obeko, a typical Ghanaian man, and I say, Oba wako baby, ama weduane. Ya serve obi abenkuni in Katikwebi. Obi odin sabo. Odin sabo in Katikwen mo te say o say no nchini nim no asa hwe nchini bi e de egusu na wenunum na wedi that habit like this is not proper.
You obi to say sodium, you obi to say carbon like enuano no you see. Ye me hwu enuano no. Yes, okay. So this is so we know and to prevent this.
Yeah, once you can say everything is supposed to be in moderation. There's nothing I can say bad. Apart from the yenim say it affect you adversely. Something like smoking, for instance, yenim say bad. So the yenim can say smoking 2 cigarettes a day. Okay, man, no, that one we advise that you quit smoking. But when it comes to food, everything has some bit of good side and nutrients. We always advise when you're eating everything, you eat in moderation. If I say, say like the typical example, you buy a bank wine, fie anasen katekwa ebe na angwa ataye ni bebre. There's so much oil. It's not advisable. Oh yeah, you obesa osisa oil ni free so asena nkwan no eni enda ho ba onim se ye fie no je se nkwan ni e wo sana je se nkwan no enye nkwan papa. And then nam so meat, we have to try and avoid this now called pork no. Pork has been known to have so much fat. It's advisable we already pork na fine.
Say pork no say any fat we do kan pork the sister dey be any. Pork dey na salad no also. Na pork dey na ono no pork no asan say twitwa na dey go all you ni asan so na yeso che.
Yeah. Bibi sa no. Bibi sa na problem when pork goat onya nyina mo fat o no. You can always eat it. Any chicken I eat commonly say most of the time it's advised over no chicken you take away the skin and the fat no be fat in if you as now we use chicken. And so when you eat your meat in that sense you don't have any problem. Yeah, fat na ka ho na ye didi no bi say odi nam no na sardine in ka ho a just say one we nam. So when you do that consistently, that is what normally contributes to the high build-up of fat in your artery. So basically, I just say, fat na wood, your body would absorb the ebe use the age man. Now the anti-mini age man, it stays in your blood vessels. As time goes on, na a build it up. Until a build it up, and I just say, a quina umoja, a fano, a decoy in age man. Now if a quina be kitua mano. Inti kwani ye kitwa manu enu na akumano ebenya signal say baby as your boys no fa no kwana aye kitwa nti push omu dedende, so the heart also start working very hard na a pushy moja. So that is when you would have the hypertension. Then a fat diet there, yeah, advice say you lower it as much as possible.
Imu amko eye nantwikumye anase slaughterhouse na amka say mama strade kakra. Na mama strade kakra. No come on e bi say we prevent it again. Akoko na mumpu, akoko na. Also be ye nkwan na say stew na. Why na chi no. Nam nusa etu be ka o. Yo. She ne prevent na ba bu papa. Dog, ya hwe say we ye be ma na say we ye ba na ya. Mpemagure u pen pa. You know, one say na be say meka.
Matter.
You can sample sex intercourse and I say like no dabi bria and also so a man between hypertension and
okay. So
too much sex
mathematics. So it is that when you engage in sexual intercourse, what normally happens is that because you are using, let's say, the whole of your body for the activity, it engages your brain and everything. So most often your heart rate increases. It's the heart rate that increases that pushes blood, or let me say a typical for the men. Before we have an erection, say na boys in kokoto edro so mo nom normal ajina 72 hours and
I 20.
Most of the time, you know, a signal a coma brain is that section, you know, hear more blood into blood pushes to that side. Until most of the time, when you have a sustained erection for a very longer time, it's because your heart needs to be working harder to be pumping the blood to that area for you to use to do that activity. And I will share God in His own natural way created sex for it to last a particular time. So when you want to go and ukoje nyama enom to improve yourself, so it is when you stay on those things for long, it can equally predispose you to getting hypertension. But sex on its own does not give hypertension, regardless of if you say about consistency, if how often you do it. Naturally, if you have sex and then you don't take any medication, say would they improving upon your sex, it wouldn't give you hypertension. But during the sexual activity, you would have increased heart rate, which is normal because you are using your body. But after the session, your heart rate is supposed to come back to normal.
The hypertension, it will reduce your performances on bed.
So,
there be I will go to me could be a 5 minutes, go to me could be 10 minutes, but I do maybe I say 1 minute to clear the boss so I can crowd. You know not that one.
Okay.
Through hypertension, with me experiencing this kind of experiences and
okay. So with the hypertension will not no affect it no direct. Say be a condition one yani and intina affecting, but normally it's something of the mind. Say you control the whole of your body. No? And then also it be medications now. Some medications and I say some hypertensive medication has those side effects. Reduce libido, because what normally I had to say, the heart is not supposed to be working at a particular rate. That is what you are preventing. Or hypertension, not just you are preventing the heart from working to some extent. So it will not be advisable. Say, I didn't know preventing. Now as I go for a drove for say, don't not what stay long for sex. It means the heart will be working into hypertension on its own in there, and directly affecting the performance. But some medications that you take for hypertension would have you have a reduced libido. Of course, a negative effect, but in some way, a bois mau control the way at which your heart works. Yeah.
Any member, and for pa, and hypertension.
Okay, so many member there, statistics shows that it is the men. Men tend to have higher risk of developing hypertension rather than females. And I think it's more of your genetic makeup, and then also because most often we men we have a higher metabolism rate. And your body no sinanyama ejuma woman in term chain that of the woman. So men naturally tend to develop hypertension more than the females. Yes.
It's serious. It's serious because my man there to say ubenya because go to am school fees now ura na pressure ba la wo wife is only to man out to say it ubenya and numbers are how do I be juma na medical the amount 05966668803 05966668803 iti na ye hwese obi o hypertension obey then like a certain beyond the 19th hospital and I say Nedro sign he can take that kind of donut to the shop to buy and I said donut quickly you saw about my
okay. On any normal day when you come to the hospital we have what we call a review. You're sure we are a review date after maybe a month and I said 2 weeks and I said 3 days come back to the hospital. So what normally happens is that Obana do to a droswa. Name your catch say ya show 1 month later until 1 month then back for review. It means a drone na ebe trauma no. It will take you up to that time now or say or report it back to the hospital. If you are supposed to report back to the hospital maybe in 6 months time, they might not necessarily write maybe the whole 6 months, they might write like 3 months for you or something. Afterwards, the so a drone they always write it to the timer. It was say usaba back na ebe usabeji for na ebi muso ho because na make if you insuring in amount na e draw offer hypertension the drone you are not supposed to even miss a day until one ma o hwe na aka na ya sa na wako to the aka na arabe top ya
and so obi BP say hypertension say anu it made the kwa maninya stroke na.
Yes. So, just like you said, stroke is a type of complication of hypertension. Hypertension, or complications, baby. Hypertension, the commonest one is stroke. No? So, it's just a BP, one stress, one managing a year, it will lead you into getting stroke. And we also have BP, now one managing a bit, mama, we need cry for, wait, madani, blind. So, we also have what I was saying earlier on hypertensive crisis, and not just a BP, and in the emba form that a strong echo, about any denia, so it will predispose you to some complications, just as a stroke. But stroke, and the commonest one, most of the time. You see, it is now can be nam ho, ochina say when you stroke it means BP no na ewo ho no wo but onim on fa edro onye hwe still ade oya na oye
ya bia homa na tum ene nti bi pa cho so ne hu wo wudie ni mu apomuden ho nsam bi koso unhu sani awo ye na fa pa cho doctor nurse e wo ha no ma obema wo ye nkyerɛkyerɛ ne na mo abetu nti ahoma ne ya bia tum no 059 6666803 059 6666803 but your doctor nurse wa nti questions ahodo bi apese ebusa bia na so bia me musa wo de nti fabra na ya hwɛ na musa ne find solutions to that so fre ne ni nkomo titi na wo fre no so no na o TV set na hwɛ mo so no wa dwum TV no e de amame TV na hwɛ mo so na dwum TV no e de amame na what team phone no so ne di nkomo kama nti hypertension aba dia ma me bi obi wo pese obusa questions bi bia onua bi obi wo fa bi obi kwan be metma fa so a ebetimi ade a prevent ya enkofa ha one amane bia ema nti frɛ yen find solutions to this kind of disease but within the now free thing
yeah hello
yes but within the now free thing
hello
yo within the now free thing
hello
meto nkapa within the now free thing
good morning.
Morning. Within the sign African. Hello. Oh, too bad. But your offer me na what team of phone or some parchment team or TV na so. Na ye nin come papa 059 6666 803 059 6666 809. But your friend na yenin komo kwasa ko diba pese obusa fo bia na busa nurse no o ha no mo a e be hwe na etimi abo papa yo within the center african
Hello.
Yes, within the center african
Hello.
Within the center african
Hello.
But you within the center african too bad too bad mama papa nurse when papa nurse and na o kan baby obi wo hono ma o te condition mu o yadwuma offices ahodo on so da brebebre o professor don kwetena na car mu air condition na okọ na dem so air condition enu musa no pressure bia so na so bebre so sa nipa no timenya hypertension na
so what I make us with the hypertension lifestyle it plays a vital role in it. So, the fact that you air conditioning more, it doesn't really make you to get hypertension. But if we do any exercise-wise, those are the things that would, if you eat well, or exercise, the things that you're supposed to avoid, you avoid smoking, you don't have any problem with wherever it is that you are working. But lack of those things, and increase your risk of getting hypertension.
You say drinks be brana na abadwa so yewo ne alcohol and yewo ne alcohol nsusu nim. Nti ya hwe ne alcohol no ye wie no na ba ne alcohol nsusu enim no. E obi wad ma wa she bitters. Ne sinim pass na ne obedidi abotwa kakara. Go on so bebawura brukios. No ko twa kakara ono no adi bi enso eguso.
Yeah.
San sise sa nyoma nyina no. Mo se na bitters no kwa ni titu. Na efi dwa so eba mo to no nyina so titu. Eno no bebre no ma research no chelasa obetime nya hypertension ma na.
Yeah, pacho I don't say no say na woka no. Wonum sa nyam insan say and if it becomes part of it, alcohol because it works on the brain. So when it gets to a time, we have what we call addiction. You get addicted to it. So the brain would want to be stimulated. And, you would have to be still overcome. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to number you use 059 6666 803 059 6666 803. Enti Mr. Ram say much me akwaso afre enti no bia obi a na ma ne bia atum nti say bia na o ma me bi papa bi experience this kind of disease but your nurse wa ha no ma bebo na yatumi e den tete kama pa ade aba You wait to me afresh see a number near be to me say na small challenges but yeah intin wait to me afresh na e din come 059 66 66 803 and the good screen is to frɛ na ebusa questions bia na papa nest e wa han mo be ya no kama pa e dia ma twaso
okay intino ensana de say wonom no na edru baby na akwai say abeda ne lifestyle na de bia obenom nsane dia eno so contribute ema ultiminya hypertension nti eno just like you said the alcoholic drinks, you know, it's not something that I would say they be until when a young for hospital, sir, when we are taking history, we ask them, do you take alcohol? How often do you take it? What kind of alcohol do you take? Because those things will let us know the kind of patient we are dealing with. Yeah.
Bitters now. Go for to chapter 20 in your can assessing person there. Stop it.
Yeah, and they are a good habit. So mujai. Yeah.
Now, drinks is also a bed just was one and soft drinks are alcohol in the so and no man to me the hypertension ban.
Yeah, so we have like caffeinated drinks, especially these energy drinks, you know, about you know, because caffeine would boost your metabolism, increase your work rate.
Hello. Within the same African. Within the same African. Much also, much within the same African.
Hello.
Yes, within the same African.
Yeah, probably a Kuma.
What's up, Bajan? Me too, me uncle Kwesi.
Aha, me pato, me perceive me bita papa nesete. Hypertension one is where I is me inherited if we for and secondly, my second question is hypertension and I say BP, you know. It's like mostly saying mapping for Obanyama, Obako clinic be an Asoba continental, the ISO BP. You know, I do time of delivery. Home catch and so Yabe surgery, and I say, Yabe CS near Yakolan. Now, third question, I know I'm second question. Third question, me to see me who say, hypertension, and I say BP, no, say about this one, a manu, like, and I dream, you to say, I say, or because I've experienced that my wife was to make us say, I told Jinawa, I saw the station. I say, or talk from, I say, who say, a former 10 I just want to know, say, they agree more how to be bad.
That's Papa panel questions I would have say, and your film was said, Mubanet, my bomber doctors. Okay, not the moment. I chose the questions to the baby. You know, obey and come up back.
Okay. And you ever the very last question.
I say, I said,
never having experiences like this.
For my attention,
yeah. So it is also a sign and symptom of cancer, hypertension. When it's either you have it or if it's not managed well, you experience some bit of dizziness. Like I say, bibi kakao na we need to things are not so visible for you. It is not something that is like directly related to the hypertension, but the heart pumps blood to the brain. Inti moja na your brain when our brain use the sanyamani. So if lack of blood into some part of the brains can have some effect on you. Yes. So we also have, like I was mentioning earlier on, some risk factors. We have what we call pregnancy-induced hypertension. So most pregnant women are likely to get high blood pressure because, of course, now they are carrying somebody new, and then the system is supposed to work and also provide for that because woman now akumana be ejuma abo like a pushy blood ama akolano no so enyani die and so most women pregnant women develop hypertension. Yes.
In fact, for him, our son say
family history.
Yes. Family, you do have the same answer. But within the same everything. Okay. Now, Obusa say, is it sexual transmitted disease?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was talking about the predisposing factors, so family history of hypertension is equally part. If I say, if me wahasebia, my parents, me mommy, me papa, and my uncle, and my grandfather be suffered from hypertension, maybe I knew and I say he had it until he died, and it means that it is in my family line.
But about me for 059 66 66 803 059 66 66 803. Say a BB a cost be a fa hypertension home, BP home, a costro, or honor we experience this. BBC in a ban, I think now. Bush will be crime before submit my prevented. And no one could one didn't to me the questions in now. Edia, but papa, nest or one mobile needs me Yanamakuma, the final solutions to that.
Okay, into certain I make about the family history, I don't know quite to say BP, we have like internal factors and external. External the one obey we do any DM lack of exercise, the smoking, alcoholism, and it's more of external. And then internal, that is what you and I we don't have control over. If I come from a family known to have diabetes, me uncles, me aunties, diabetes, hypertension, it means that if I don't take care of myself, I'm equally at risk of developing. So family history is also a contributing factor to developing hypertension. So if your father, your mother is hypertensive or any of the chronic conditions like diabetes, it means that you equally, if you don't take care of yourself, you also stand a chance of getting hypertension. Oh no, it's not something that will be transmitted to you. Because it is in your genetic makeup. Okay, so it's like the little things that are it will trigger those genes, then before you realize you are having the condition. So it's not like say automatic. I know people whose parents, both parents, mother and father, hypertensive, but only BP. So it's not something that's a must. Say, umami papa will be another just
within the same everything. What within the same everything. What's about you? What's about your young boy?
Papa doctor say. Hello?
Me too, Papa Zabaji.
Me bisa papa nurse and I say. I won't say, I say, Obi or hospital. Tools like equipment to that BP, we normally check it, BP, we normally check it. Obi will add any more for Prada near Martin. Now, I can be at the good danger, maybe that was last 3 weeks when my wife for checkup. Papa for your surgery, for checkup. Obi I have qua Bibian and you're almost checking the BPR, almost for the BPR also until they have to admit it. Which is, I don't know. Yet, nasty, oh my, yes, nasty. That's time for checking. It's later than maybe that they are not too slow way, but that was 4 years surgery, surgery, that was last month in the morning, or 4 years surgery. There wasn't anything in the month to be beyond or beep. By any time we are at a hospital, so I'm not hospital. They say, oh, BP, the BP arises, but who we are, then it comes down. I don't know what is going on. But doctor,
okay. Where they say, say now can be a nipa anxiety also just the hospital environment alone put some fear. So when you experience that, when you increased heart rate, BP no control. But say now can initially when you report, if you check your BP no can we will ask you to rest for a while. Near we check you. So BP no it's not something that be a you check it back up. Then we work with that figure. We'll check. If we think it's high, we'll let you rest for a while. We'll recheck until you say, like for ABR, it means check you'll be there for a span about 2 hours to see whether it's still the same high BPs we are getting and now say reduce it. So
won do hospital obi obefefie na baby asa na obedu fie na hospital na obi won sa say nema na tools mechanism e be use all money na na craft man BP.
Yeah, and I can say, no, initially, if you are not hypertensive, when you're hypertensive, now if just the hospital environment, will BP increase here. And no, you feel say we are hypertensive, and I say, oh, hypertension. If BB, it's an occasion you require surgery. If you have high blood pressures, they won't take you to the theater to go and operate on you. So unless your BPs are normal, it's even so bad. Now BP no was showed there, they will still do a recheck. Until say they get a favorable BP and then they can move on from there. So if it is just the fear, that one it means without the fear, the BP will be okay. So no, it's not.
Bishop message about also me musa say ebia one wo bema no de o BP ba ba ni BP na bia wo yere na ne da demu akwa akira it me esana na.
O pacho da BP say that BP denye yare a esane yare a wangasa udyama obeye ena ebema wenya obipi enya ade a obi wo bia obetimi dia ma no da bi ene ntisa
nti yehwe akasifo no obi ono ma oso tre bai wale obi on so slim tint no mo sa no for panatimi enya BP pa.
Okay, so one thing about obesity is obesity on its own, most of the medical conditions now we are seeing in about 90 to 95% of area we are seeing in obesity is something that runs through all of it. Not just say
you be come house and pay you pa. Me ba your number there 059 66 66 803 059 66 66 803 number in the good screen no so no. Patch your friend. Na ne how bia fire BP ho wako hospitals experience where experience you be fie ni akom bia no. Friend na se bia obusu ne bi wo be uma me bi wo papa wo bi wo bi na opese busa questions bia ne ere ne bituma so tell but you didn't say na free but you didn't say na free
me pacho je friend Rama
but you free fan
all right me pacho me ka free ashalma
me ti parliament me onko
all right me pacho ni sa papa ne say for blood group say for blood group say ya positive anase o negative and also no contribute to say ubenya hypertension and tamana blood group may play a role say ubenya sayare and tamana.
Okay that's it. And so we papa e dem papa nti yenko na yebusa e kan no akasefo no and nketwa no you na fia.
So with the obesity, as I was saying, when you look at conditions bebre we are seeing now with my dream no. Obesity runs through all of it. Until you're obese, that one is not just hypertension. You are prone to so many medical problems. Until obesity on its own, a very big problem. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. It's because when you increase, now body need be not just say, sisi ano wakuma no, was say juma more. Netimi pompe moja no ediko bebia e woseko akoma ne de no signal na onya no enu ho adwuma no ye nti wo ye kese sa ne de a nje se wo se wo akoma no e adwuma to do hwa most ngofom ya kesefo no beti na ye se wa collapse e bi mu se they are most of the time prone to heart attacks e be se wanya heart attack na akoma eja adwuma ye. So obesity is really a very, very big problem. Yeah, I think maybe one day we need to find time and also talk about that one. Yes.
And a slim for us as well.
So slim doesn't necessarily prevent you from getting hypertension. We are slim, I don't just say hypertension. You can still be slim and then still have build-up of fat in your blood vessels that can result in hypertension. So your body size, and but just that, I guess I said earlier with the obesity, and it puts you to not just hypertension, but so many medical problems. But we are slim need and it doesn't prevent or let you get hypertension.
And I bring you a question so at the bar from Ashama and I said
blood group. So yes. Yeah, until the various types of blood groups, no particular one has been denoted who this blood group. I mean say ubenya hypertension. So when I said earlier on the typical the predisposing factors in America, any family history, your aging. Any say now even when the gentleman called pregnancy. So like there are certain maybe your age, your gender. Those are the things. But for blood groupings, it's not directly linked to maybe you getting hypertension.
Within the same African.
Yeah, hello, Pacho. Good morning.
Morning.
But yeah, me doing the science because that's free. Takomono.
Once Pacho meet you by uncle.
Yeah, Pacho, person the science with the man and I would 81.
80 years.
The management of hypertension, which I'm managing.
That's Papa Panty. Baby, we do some questions in the amount.
Okay. So
80 years.
So then I'll come when you're 80 years with the hypertension. We don't necessarily know the state of any grandmother any womb, but just the normal hypertension management and regular BP checkup, any BP drone and any panel. That's the immediate management. But if nipa or some other complication as a result of the hypertension, then that one too needs to be looked at. If I say nipa developing stroke because of that, until me move any BB sign also here physiotherapists or not engaging into motion exercises. But if it's just blood pressure, then the regular BP monitoring, any adherence to the NINDRO or SOFANO, any if will be our reviews be our SOCONO or and then I also talked about diet in the DMU or measure no minimize it like the fat, the salt, and then the cholesterol foods, or may reduce, amano. Yeah.
Obi also I say okay, what drug na onum. It could be a herbal medicine and I say this normal pharmacy medicine. Now all no me do na kokofa bibisa di aba. And no say the pandemic was all here.
So some drugs also can let you get. So some drugs directly affect the heart. So the effect of the drug is you have increased heart rate. So if you are constantly taking those drugs, it means your heart will be working high most of the time. So, and now when say draw there, over for a drone, I was over by hospital. You ever show, no, I show a drama. We say, oh no, me drone, no, be a so be a new kuya. You report back, near as a drone number. Into no one because I want to be in koto a drew keke now no for whatever reason. That attitude is not advisable. Be report, even if you are not sure, at least talk to the your pharmacist and answer a report to the hospital. See, we have clinics, we have lines that you can call. People would advise you on what to do. So you just don't take any medication.
So painkiller, no, he can.
Yes, me for instance, say me can't if because the body is such that whatever stress that it comes across, the body has its own way of dealing with it. Then say bia bibi any over to say oti power and I way never ejuma brepe obi say to say everyone say any anu missing for omu ko ejuma de bia because of no painkiller and sana wada. It is not advisable. So your body has its own way of dealing with the stress and the pain. But when ebia oye bibi to some extent it becomes chronic, they bia or honum who feel some pain, they bia, then it means you need to report to the hospital and ensure what is actually causing the pain. Now a dry or said the amount, near the amount.
Okay. About me across your friend say ebia na wabusu ni bi will be and I be etete and I say never because we would ma who says BP and I said the na simple the catch to be say BP one and no one some the person busa na your final solutions to that. To which me have friend 059 6666 803 059 6666 803. Papa nurse e wa han mo behwe na wayi anam. Na question bi obi aso na mama na it looks a bit funny but I was here busa say so obi word na so nya sade ndia so obaso prayer camp na okọ na ekọbọ empire man and so bit ma prevent sana na ko I think say bi word man na ye munsa.
Okay. So back to that, what we don't also know is that because here Africans, so most of the things we attribute it to maybe are spiritual, but we have various realms of activity. We have the spiritual side and then we have the physical side. When we are on the word say, we have very consultants, ministers, pastors, or heading churches. But when you come to the hospital, what that one I show no, me who say be a doctor be an accident be in to be so bon payamano. When you come, what is expected for us to do physically for you no, you be yama, and then spiritually no, if you need prayers, you equally pray for. But one thing I say be a hypertension also bon payamano na ako. It doesn't work like that. It's a physical problem that needs physical solutions. If there's something spiritually or whatever it is in the family or something, it needs to be sorted out in that regard. But not say, unya hypertension, I will call now I kona bomb payamo. It doesn't work like that.
That's the made anybody we are and that's a intim bacho. Yan share na a foot will be a who be a advice, be must advice be be a from Green TV
okay. Yo, football man say hypertension sana meka in what we call silent killer. Ebekum ebra unim hoshi. Intino is very important. It's sana meka BP. Uba check you BP no. BP check here na. Uko pharmacies, polyclinics, hospitals around. You can just walk in and say you want to check your blood pressure. Obia enya hoshi. They will check it for you. And if ebia unya feeling be wo ho na feel say bia enko ye utipa obi we bibi kakra na ho mete na wa bre. Now I say we need to change. And it's been coming consistently. Pacho, I will say, Oto, one among any health facility. Now, you check it BP number. Now, you do any DM soon. You're fat. Any enchini DM, any insanum, obenum cigarette, all those things. And yet, Papa and boy. And as you see, this COVID era, must advise here. You better. Involving in exercises, you be DDA, you be num so ye. So basically, living a healthy life, trying as much as possible to keep your body active. You know, to prevent not just hypertension but so many other conditions. Yes.
Right. That's Papa. Nurse Bright Habada, or Ejima or Kolebu emergency ward. None of pay your tunes are fair now. Also, could be my friend Helen Stripe Health Consult.
Yes.
Also, 2 years, Jumekua, what ya, we were hospitals a hood and I say, Jumekuma hood, and then Yamia would be bria, what dear foot to Mamma, out of force, and I bet my share also, and I pay to suffer from my boy, and now, young hypertension, one some organ, and any part. Asitinam eda mo papa say monya brena mo kan ho meri djuma de so brem mo amofre ba enso so a mo ntimi so ne ene nkomo so pam tena me aduma o chana pa so djuma de ahodo ba bia so betuma ba so na adu atwen titan so adi apa me djuma de on chama de ampem da akoko dame papa nurse eda so pa so tun sa fra so
yo vedasi bebe
ti han de djuma de nyina AC na second come production team nyina sana po boy ma de green in the morning no ye de every if the time bia de o siti wa ha efotam bia o siti wa ha obo adwuma papa senna ana fi so me producer asamoa ana obaya no fefe ye kita iPhone obo adwuma papa and MC iPhone na numbers and mo ho nyana pe mo bo a me tinu dwuma de e de brem say nkama mo the CEO of Green Group of Company Mr. Biafi Asante papa ana pe o hwa me a papa woni mama part ene busafo nyina anebe chamso tego pondo mo no nshira mo no mfa mo kwa adom sa na enya ntete pa mfa Green TV so ene adwumako ni nyina mo na mfa futu so a ese fata mfa Green TV ni Green FM so nyina nya mfa magana fo na no na ngo pa fa wo fa so aye na mfa yen so nya mfa magana fo nyina ntia da wase e woni wa ya magana ene wasa fa na nyina be general manager the Dr. Reverend Betwem Fana, the post in their doors. IK Yabua, na pay Jam, Obia or Shame so. It's Yaw, any producer as a more, and Nebusafonia Mofia and pay. It's a money. Dear, just one and from Dark or Dam. Miaduma or Chanapa, exactly 6:45 to 9. Yeah, Jumadison, this Green the morning at the bedroom. A cremonina. But then, drinks are open. I make on my come from Sanama, sorry. Drinker, a colaya be a square, or would be co square. A crogenia, ya endorse ya, unquala air no mono. A drink back of pep. So I drink no more. A crown who be a thing, or be down and also, now you be because no one there drink strong. I just a drink no. your friend say ono ma e ma karifi kagani karifi pa ono ma hoden akwala no ho sisi no so opahino nom akwala nom you fresh opahino nom akwala nom untobi man akwala nom fa shon bag on fa nku school na de papa the baby na karifi drink you fresh drink papa na pa so auto tv pa so auto camera pa so auto printer pa so auto home theater bibi bia pa so auto bia home appliances bia even books bia pa so auto bia no yatisu.com pe na horo do na kira wo be ma papa engo for how na ma na bia ama bebre na abadwa so but me kan for yatisu.com pe na wo to a wo ye save nti ton kwan chan de ni bi ko yatisu.com ana so kuta phone na de call phone no so na about www.yatisu.com wo da ya we di na jefe se wo tamale wo sunyane wo wanti wo akosomo wo akra wo kumasi tesi bolga ba bibiara wo bia tamale jakiti akosomo agena wo da o man kasa de bebero yatisu.com on pe na betumi aboa nti mo sanka sa na manyina ebie edi am jeso na ampam da ko odame be shia nyampon ba chana ba be di masi makra ba baba.
Your sweet loving. Good morning. Oh, I need some of your sweet loving to come wake me up. I've been dreaming of you. To come wake me up, say you want me to. Help me forget my nightmares. I wanna make a real dream come true with you.